What did Britney Spears say when she left her purse at home? Oops, I did it again. That's right, today we are going to be discussing the singer's memoir that was just recently released, as it made headlines because Britney was not holding back when it came to her truth. Hello everyone, if you don't know me already, I'm Melanie with Inform Overload as we count down 5 celebrity reactions to Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me, Part 2. But before we begin, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I won't hit you baby one more time. Just kidding, let's just start. And for number 5, we have Sam Asghari. Not only is he an actor, model, and fitness trainer, but he was also married to Britney. The two actually met in October of 2016 while on set of Britney's Slumber Party music video. And if he looks familiar, he was also featured as a construction worker in Fifth Harmony's Work From Home music video. The two exchanged phone numbers and made their relationship official in January of 2017. And just like every relationship, there were ups and downs, but Sam has been described as a positive light in her life. And fast forward to 2021, after almost 5 years together, they tied the knot in June of 2022 in their Los Angeles home. Some celebrities that attended their wedding included Madonna, Selena Gomez, Paris Hilton, just to name a few. Britney did walk herself down the aisle due to a rocky relationship she had with her family, and her wedding was far from perfect because one of her exes actually showed up and tried to intervene. But we'll get into that later on. However, the two decided to separate in August of this year, just over a year after first getting married. And since her memoir was just recently out, Sam actually responded when TMZ photographers approached him and asked if he was worried about what his ex-wife was going to say. To which Sam responded by saying no, because he already read it, and added he was actually very proud of her. He also spoke about how she put a lot of hard work into it and said he'll be the first in line to buy it. And before this interaction, a source told Entertainment Tonight that Sam was actually thrilled about Britney's book because she finally had the opportunity and freedom to speak her truth and felt like she needed to address certain things after going far too long being silenced or filtered. Although Sam is talked about in her memoir, he isn't the full focus as she shares more on her early life, career, and her whole situation surrounding her conservatorship. But she does refer to Sam in her book as a gift from God, as she instantly felt a connection towards him. Although the two are now separated, it's great that Britney's ex is still showing support towards her and her journey after her conservatorship. And for our number 4 spot, we have Megyn Kelly. This journalist, media personality, and host of The Megyn Kelly Show discussed Britney's memoir. In fact, it seems Megyn has strong feelings towards the book, as she believes what Britney shared in her tell-all about her childhood explains why she is the way she is today, due to everything she has previously gone through. Megyn states, "I think there are actually a lot of life lessons in this thing. A lot of life lessons for people thinking about putting their child anywhere near the entertainment industry. Frankly, it's a manual on how not to raise your children. As you may know, children in the entertainment industry has always been a hot topic, as many grow up to share their disturbing stories as child stars. Brooke Shields, Lindsay Lohan, and Amanda Bynes just being a few that have spoken up about their time in the spotlight as children and how that has affected their adulthood." Megyn also touched on certain aspects in Britney's life, such as her drinking regularly with her mom and sister was very common from a very young age. Britney also shared how she was taking prescription medication in order to chase a certain feeling. Megyn also contributed to what Britney says about her father, Jamie, because the memoir reveals how he would monitor Britney's weight and diet and called her fat during the height of her fame, which Megyn says the love was not unconditional. The media at the time was also constantly criticizing female celebrities for their weight, including Britney, and obviously hearing it from your father makes it that much worse. And of course, she also talked about what Britney had to say about her ex Justin Timberlake and discussed how Britney had to terminate her baby at just 19 years old, even though she didn't want to, and described this as a horror story, a string of horror stories. Megyn says that she hopes young girls and young parents read Britney's memoir and hope they don't want anything to do with that industry and allow them to find their self-worth somewhere else, before stating, "It's not really that hard to raise good kids. It really isn't. You just have to spend time with them." And for our number 3 spot, we have Paris Hilton. Before the memoir was even released, some aspects of the book were shared, including Paris herself and the times Britney would party with her alongside Lindsay Lohan. Britney noted that their days out were never as wild as the press made it seem, and even added how she never had a drinking problem. And during that partying era, Britney details how she was slapped for the first time after one of these nights out. After Paris and Lindsay TMZ dropped her off at her beach home. Her mother was furious after Britney partied till 4 a.m. while her mother was watching her two sons. So her mom slapped her so hard that Britney says she will never forget it, before adding, "Since then, I've always wondered what it must feel like to slap someone," and added, "Guess I will never know." And on October 21st, Paris actually shared her thoughts on Britney's memoir on her Instagram story as she captured a screenshot of a quote from the book where Britney describes Paris as, quote, "one of the people who was kindest to me when I really needed kindness." Britney even added onto that by saying she encouraged me to have fun for the first time in a long time. And Paris responded to these quotes by writing, "Love you, Britney Spears. Congratulations on your new book." And for number 2, we have Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know why I didn't expect her to be on this list, but also I'm surprised I didn't expect her. Well, Jada posted a video on Instagram dedicated to Britney. The two were actually touring together in 2004, and the clip that Jada posted was an old promotional video for the tour. Britney is seen approaching Jada before asking who she is, and Jada reaches her arm out and magically opens a portal as she asks Britney to join her. Jada welcomes Britney to the Memoir Club, and in the caption shares how Britney once welcomed her to open for her on the Onyx tour with her band, and calls Britney sweet and supportive before saying back on a different stage as they share their journeys on the page. Wow, maybe Jada should get into some rapping instead of sharing details about her and Will's relationship. Jada says, "I can't wait to read your book, Britney, and I'm sending you love on your pub day. Congrats." Jada has also recently released her own memoir on October 17th that also made headlines due to her sharing to the public how her and Will Smith have actually been separated since 2016, and even detailed how Chris Rock invited her onto a date during divorce rumors, which has actually caused Chris to publicly discuss how he hates when he's brought up in all the Smiths drama. I actually had no idea Jada was even in a band in the past, let alone toured alongside Britney. Am I the only one? And in our number 1 spot, we have Jason Alexander. Jason was a childhood friend of Britney's, and the two made headlines back in 2004 after they got married in Las Vegas, where Britney was spotted wearing jeans and a baseball cap for their nuptials. But that wasn't the reason why everyone in the media and their pet turtles were talking about her, because after 55 hours of being married, Britney's team actually had the wedding annulled at the instance of her family. In her memoir, she shares how people have asked her if she loved him, and she clarified by saying they were not in love, and said she was honestly very intoxicated from drinking, and at the time in her life, she was just very bored. But back in 2012, Jason actually shared with ABC News how he went with his feelings and says he was in love with her and he thinks she felt the same way. When Britney went on to marry Sam in 2022, Jason was actually arrested for trespassing and refusing to leave property, battery, and vandalism, as his bail was set at $22,500. And if you're wondering why Jason's arrest has anything to do with her wedding in 2022, it was because this was due to Jason showing up to her house to allegedly try and stop Britney from marrying Sam. He was holding a sharp weapon when he got there while he was looking for his ex. He said he had to stop it because no one else would, as her family wasn't in attendance of her wedding either. He actually was also arrested in 2021 after allegedly violating a restraining order, and he was charged with violation of order of protection and aggravated stalking. But wait, there's more, because we haven't even discussed Jason's reaction to Britney's memoir. Well, he told TMZ that readers shouldn't believe a word she says in her book. Britney details how she made the decision to marry Jason because she was so out of it from the partying and thought it was a brilliant idea in the moment to go to the Little White Chapel at 3:30 in the morning, where she tied the knot, in the one and only city of Las Vegas. Apparently, there was also another couple getting married there, so they had to wait in line to be married. But according to TMZ, Jason insisted it was true, sober love, according to him. But of course, fans have called him out for lying, because 8 years after the ceremony, he told ABC News that the two were drinking the night of their wedding, so it seemed like he was caught sharing two different narratives of the night, that the two were married and isn't too happy about what Britney had to say about their short-lived marriage. Their 55-hour wedding makes Kim Kardashian's 2011 marriage to Kris Humphries actually seem pretty long, as they were married for 72 days. Following the release of The Woman in Me, Britney shared many parts of her life that included more than just those celebrities on the list. She talks about her perfect photo with Mariah Carey, the uncomfortable interview with Ryan Seacrest, and admitted to cheating on Justin Timberlake in the past with Wade Robson. There is just so much she's been unable to share until now, as fans praised her for her journey of healing after her 13 years being under her father's conservatorship. We have made it to the end of today's video, and I would love to hear your opinion on Britney's memoir and whether you have read it or plan on reading it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be sure to see you next time. Bye bye.